Celebrations are taking place around the UK on the day the Queen turns 90. Crowds of cheering people lined the streets in Windsor as the monarch took part in a walkabout, and royal gun salutes have been fired from each of the UK's capital cities. The Prince of Wales recorded a special radio broadcast for the day, in which he read an edited passage from William Shakespeare's Henry VIII. On Twitter, the Queen thanked senders of #Happy Birthday Your Majesty tweets. In another tweet, the Queen said, "I send my best wishes to those who are celebrating their 90th birthday. On this shared occasion, I send my warm congratulations to you." The Queen, who was accompanied by the Duke of Edinburgh during her tour in Windsor, was presented with a birthday cake at the Guildhall by the Great British Bake Off champion Nadiya Hussain, who had created an orange drizzle cake with a buttercream and marmalade filling. The monarch also unveiled a plaque marking the Queen's Walkway, a 6.3 km trail that links 63 significant points in Windsor. The trail was designed to recognize the moment on September 9, 2015 that the monarch broke the record held by her great-great-grandmother Queen Victoria, by being on the throne for 63 years and 7 months. Later on Thursday, the Queen will light symbolic beacons in Windsor. Most of the gun salutes were due to be 21 shots, the standard royal gun salute, at locations including Hillsborough Castle, Cardiff Castle, and Edinburgh Castle. In London, the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery staged a 41-gun salute at midday in Hyde Park. And the Honourable Artillery Company fired a 62-gun salute across the Thames from the Tower of London at 1300 hours BST. Prime Minister David Cameron said the Queen had been a rock of strength for our nation and the Commonwealth, as he and fellow politicians paid tribute in the House of Commons. Mr. Cameron said, "Her Majesty the Queen has lived through some extraordinary times in our world. From the Second World War, to the rations with which she bought the material for her wedding dress. From presenting the World Cup to England at Wembley in 1966, to man landing on the moon 3 years later. From the end of the Cold War to peace in Northern Ireland. Throughout it all, as the sands of culture shift and the tides of politics ebb and flow, Her Majesty has been steadfast, a rock of strength for our nation, for our Commonwealth and on many occasions for the whole world." The reading by Prince Charles, which has been broadcast by the BBC, is an extract from a speech by Archbishop Thomas Cranmer to King Henry VIII after the birth of the future Queen Elizabeth I. Earlier, a photograph was released showing the monarch with young members of the royal family. The image, one of 3 taken by celebrity photographer Annie Leibovitz, shows the Queen surrounded by her 5 great-grandchildren and her 2 youngest grandchildren. The other Leibovitz photographs show the monarch walking in the grounds of Windsor Castle with 4 of her dogs and sitting with her daughter, the Princess Royal. The image of the Queen with the young royals was taken in the Green Drawing Room, part of Windsor Castle's semi-state apartments just after Easter. In it, the Queen, in the tradition of royal portraiture, holds her youngest great-grandchild Princess Charlotte, who is 11 months old, in her arms. Also appearing in the image is 2-year-old Prince George, Zara Phillips's 2-year-old daughter Mia Tyndall, who holds the Queen's famous black handbag, and Peter Phillips's daughters Savannah, 5, and 3-year-old Isla. The Queen is also joined by the 2 youngest of her 8 grandchildren, the Earl and Countess of Wessex's children, James, Viscount Severn, 8, and Lady Louise Windsor. Highest peaks. In the evening the Queen will be accompanied by Prince Philip, the Prince of Wales, and the Duchess of Cornwall, as she lights the first of more than 900 beacons across the UK and the world to mark her birthday. Members of the Army Cadet Force will take beacons to the top of the highest peaks of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Some of the beacons will be specially built gas-fueled structures, while others will be traditional bonfires or braziers on top of tall wooden posts. To coincide with the Queen's birthday, the largest exhibition of the Queen's clothes and accessories ever shown in Scotland will open at the Palace of Holyrood House later. The display has been selected to cover the Queen's life and reign, and includes evening and day wear. On Friday, U.S. President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama will be joining the Queen for lunch at Windsor Castle. Every year the Queen celebrates 2 birthdays, with her actual birthday on April 21 and her official birthday on a Saturday in June. Celebrations of her official birthday this year take place from 10 to 12 June.